Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome. Welcome to the channeled group card reading. Today we have 3 different cards to choose from. The first card, group number 1, if this card resonates with you, manifesting dreams. So just take a moment to gaze upon all 3 cards and select the one that you feel drawn to, understanding and knowing that this is a general reading and that messages that come through are timeless, and you can come back to this recording again and again. Group number 2, refuge. Group number 2. And group number 3, choice number 3, sanctuary. And once you've selected your card, you can move to the place in this video to your group and listen to your general reading. And as always, take whatever resonates with you and leave the rest. Let's get started. Group number 1. Manifesting dreams. The spirit of Otter is calling to you. Otter embodies the essence of the divine feminine in physical form. She is the expression of an empowered state of perfect harmony and balance. The empowered goddess incarnate. Otter asks you to remember and call together your long forgotten tribe of sisterhood. And this can be significant medicine for women in particularly for women who have felt lonely or isolated from themselves or from other women. Otter imparts the understanding that one of that sacred sense of sisterhood, one in which a trustful and healthy relationship is achievable. So Otter reminds us that healthy relationships are possible and achievable. Otter medicine inspires the nourishing relationship possible between women, one that is void of the human ego and envy. This type of enlightened relationship expresses the pure essence of unconditional love. Otter asks women to find the long-lost sisterhood dynamic of joyfully helping and supporting one another from a place of non-judgment, without condition or expectation. And so if you're a male, this card and your guides are speaking to the female aspect of yourself and your relationship with other females, or the feminine aspect found within others. Otter activates the return of the much needed divine feminine aspect embodied upon the earth. Otter's uplifting energy creates a sense of lightheartedness and playfulness and the essence of laughter within any relationship dynamic. And so it's time to evaluate if any of those things, if you feel any of those things are currently lacking in relationship for you. Call Otter in for support if that is the case. Call that Otter medicine in and allow that medicine to inspire you to come together in supportive safety with yourself and particularly with other women. Otter medicine also initiates a movement out of female suppression. It can help unwind the long-held dysfunction and current imbalance around the feminine energy. There is great and powerful healing potential to be found when women circle together with a unified and positive intention. Otter supports letting go and moves you into trusting universal flow and joy and a playful, joyful ease of being in your life. She teaches you how to go with the flow of your life experience from a flexible state of being, reducing rigidity and mistrust. And again, if you are male, then this card is speaking to the women in your life and the relationship you have with those women, your relationship with the energy of the divine feminine, and the relationship you have with your feminine aspect of self internally. And so Otter medicine can help shift and change any imbalance present around any of the things I mentioned earlier, whether you are male or female. So, beautiful soul, your guides are asking you to call Otter in to support and reclaim that empowered divine feminine state of being within your life and to trust that aspect of yourself. All right, let's see if your guides... Oh, there we go. All right. Have anything else to say? And they do. So truth popped out. See your light, know your power, have the courage to walk your truth, which fits in perfectly because this card really truly also is about trust. It's about trusting your softer intuitive side. It's about understanding that that is an important quality, particularly moving forward, to trust your heart, to trust what your intuition is telling you, to allow those things to guide you moving forward in your life in a more balanced way of being. And so now it would be helpful to really evaluate where you are with those energies, what your relationship is with the energy of the divine feminine, what is your relationship with the energy of your intuition, and really come to understand and know if there is more balance that's needed. And if there's a lack of trust, then working with your intuition and working with your divine feminine aspect and working with your sacred heart space and centering there during meditation would be very, very, very helpful in balancing those energies out in your life. Thank you so much, group number one. Thank you for allowing me to read you today. Group number two. Group number two. Enchanted Fern Grotto, Refuge. Your guides want me to ask you if you've forgotten the magic that can be found, the magic that's all around you, the magic within the mundane, the magic that you may be running past, running through your life, running so rapidly through your life experience that you are missing out on the magic. It's time to slow down. It's time to slow down so that you give yourself the space to actually see and deeply connect with the magic of life, with the magic of this experience that can be found here, the magic and the magical connection that can be found out in nature, and the joyful innocent of this connection. That magic, that connection mirrors the magic that you can find within yourself. And so observing and taking the time to connect with that magical, joyful essence of nature helps you connect with that aspect of yourself internally, from an internal perspective. It seems like you might have forgotten this, dear one. It seems as though you have forgotten. You have forgotten the magic of life. You have forgotten the magic that surrounds you on a daily basis. It's time to take yourself off of the hamster wheel and is spinning and spinning and spinning, and stop and take a breath and take yourself off of that wheel and go out in nature. Put your bare feet on the ground. Plant some flowers in the springtime and find the joy in watching them burst forth from the ground and the soil, and the joy found as they move through their life cycle of beauty, and the joy that can be found within that connection. It's time for you to go deeper with that nature connection, and working with moss agate would be very helpful as a support. So moss agate really helps us connect with that magical essence of the plants, and of the plant spirit medicine, and of the forest, and just of nature. And so if you're feeling a sense of disconnect, or if you're from nature, and if you're feeling a sense of struggle with connecting with nature, try meditating with some moss agate, or just carry a piece of it with you in your pocket as you go for a walk outside, or as you hike. You can also use it, sit up against a tree with a piece of moss agate in hand and do a little meditation, or just simply connect with your breath. What would be really helpful also with this connection would be make sure that you are making room in your daily routine to spend some time each day outside. No matter what the weather is, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, get yourself outside, spend some time out in nature. So whether it's gazing at the sunrise, or gazing at the moonrise, or just touching the ground with your hands or your feet, just standing outside barefoot and taking some deep breaths, taking 4 deep breaths in and out, will go a very long way in supporting that nature connection and helping you reclaim that sense of magic that can be found there. Spending some time outside, out in nature every single day will provide you with the much needed spiritual nourishment that you're lacking right now. And understand and know that doing this will help you reignite the magical spiritual spark found inside of you, found within. You're being asked to remember, dear one. Your guides are asking you to remember and know that this is your natural state of being, one of joy, one of innocence, and one of magic. And yes, life can be a magical experience. This connection is important to your health and to your well-being. It's also important to your capacity to manifest abundance and co-create as you walk through your journey here upon the earth. As you spend time connecting with nature, allow yourself to rest there. Allow yourself to drink that essence of nature and that magical essence of nature in, and allow yourself to be rejuvenated by the pure essence of spirit. Remembering that this magical spark can be found within. That magical spark can be found within your heart center. The other thing that would be helpful if you feel like you're struggling with this connection to support and foster it would be working with Hummingbird. Hummingbird really embodies the pure essence of joy and magic and innocence, and that would be very, very helpful in supporting you and also finding that connection within yourself. So call Hummingbird into your meditation time. Invite Hummingbird on a hike with you. Invite the energy and essence of Hummingbird into dream time and ask her to support you on your journey as you connect more deeply with nature and therefore the magic of yourself. Thank you so much, group number 2. Oh, I spoke too fast. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. Spirit and your guides. Do you have, oh, there we go. Here's your additional message. Creation, which is perfect and fitting. Be creative. Being creative really helps you actually connect with that joy within. So being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. And so I want you to remember, and your guides want you to remember, know, and understand that the energy of creation, anything that sparks that inside of you, will connect you with that magic within. So that's just another helpful tool. Any creative process for yourself that ignites joy and internal joy and passion will also help you connect with nature and therefore the magic within. And now I can say, thank you so much, group number 2. Thank you so much for allowing me to read you today. Group number 3. Sanctuary, Mystic Meadow. Group number 3, your guides are asking you to go within. You're being called to go within, to spend time within your internal sanctuary, surrounded by your guides of support. They're there. As you can see in this card, your guides are there. They're always there. They're always there and available. All you have to do is ask for their help. Ask and it is given. Ask and it is given. The support is there. It's time to understand that you have to ask for it to bring it forth more clearly and in a more pronounced way within your life. Your guides want me to ask you if you've been ignoring your own needs lately, if you've been putting yourself on the back burner, and if that is the case, it's time to call in more self-care time. Are you feeling burnt out? Are you feeling like you have compassionate burnout? It's time to refuel and nourish yourself. Because remember, what do they tell you when you get on the airplane? As they go through their emergency spiel. What do they say? You put the mask on yourself first. Why? Why is that? Because you can't help anybody else unless you help yourself first. And so it's really important to understand and know. Your guides want me to tell you that it is of no benefit for you, and especially others, to deplete yourself to such an extent and degree that you have nothing left to give others, much less yourself. So now is the time to revisit and understand the wisdom of taking care of yourself, of replenishing yourself, of having more balance in your life around self-care. So what would be most helpful right now is to take an honest look at your daily routine. And if there's no time being spent on self-care, now is the time to create a healthier routine that includes your own needs and self-supports. If you already have self-care in place, then your guides want you to expand on that and make that support, those supports, a larger part of your day. When was the last time you took a day for yourself? This is not selfish. This is not selfish, group number 3. This is not a selfish act. It is an important part of taking care of yourself. You must recharge daily. You must recharge daily as not to overextend yourself so much so that you have nothing left to give yourself, much less others. If you have been living in a state of low-grade burnout, your guides want you to understand that you are living solely in survival mode. And when we live solely in survival mode, it leaves room for nothing else in our life. No healing, there's no room for healing, there's no room for growth. Because when you are in that state of being, your sole and complete focus is simply on surviving each and every day. And that is why you are being called to reevaluate your daily routine and ask yourself, if burnout is present, how and when and how often are you supporting yourself and implementing self-care? How big of a part of your daily routine and your spiritual practice is self-care? It's time to evaluate all of those things. When you're living solely in survival mode, there is zero energy for manifestation of your hopes and dreams. So this is the other thing your guides really want you to understand. That when you are in survival mode, additionally, you will become very frustrated because manifestation will be made impossible. Because when someone is in survival mode, they're not going to have the space and breath and energy and state of focus to manifest and co-create anything. Because we are just surviving. If you are just surviving, it leaves space for nothing else in your life. No room for anything but just simply surviving. So once you create your self-care routine, it's going to be very important to protect it by creating and maintaining healthy boundaries. And so if you struggle with that, working with Tiger Iron would be extremely helpful. With all of everything with this reading, working with Tiger Iron would be very, very helpful. Tiger Iron supports the balance and harmony and clearing of the lower 3 chakras, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus chakra. And so when we look at really clearing out and balancing, having balance around that sympathetic fight or flight and parasympathetic state of being, tiger iron is very helpful with that. So along with that, if you're struggling with setting boundaries around being able to have time for yourself for self-care, again, carrying some tiger iron with you on a daily basis will also help strengthen your auric field, the edge of your auric field, and therefore strengthening not only your energetic boundaries, but also the boundaries that you set with others. All right, group number 3. Let's see. Spirit, do you have any other messages for group number 3? Okay, you get 2 cards, group number 3. Let's see what they are. These are perfect. All right, so the first card is Ascension. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for this. And so if you're in survival mode, it's going to be pretty hard to ascend. All right, you're ready for it. And yet, let's look at the second card. You have a choice. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. So you have a choice to pull in and implement those tools of self-support and set those boundaries in place that help you nourish yourself. And then you can move out of survival and into more of an ascension state of consciousness. Thank you so much, group number 3, for allowing me to read you today. And as always, if you've made it this far in the video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to this channel if this resonated with you. Please spread the love and light. Until our paths cross again, wishing you peace and love now and always. Bye-bye.